box. A technological aspect to brainstorm your current boring old TV set by rejuvenating it into something completely different and new. Well, most of us might be familiar with this term and heard about a lot of brands, but according to me, only a few perform the job of being the perfect Android TV box. HiMedia is one of the few Chinese companies which manufactures Android TV boxes. Speaking of which, I got a chance to use their flagship product, the Q10 Pro, which comes with the top-notch specifications, latest in the industry, and after using it for more than 2 weeks, I'm very excited to share that it is one of the best Android TV boxes out in the market, besides the fact that it runs on Android Nougat 7.0 natively. So here's my in-depth HiMedia Q10 Pro review. Let's start. First, let's just chase through what comes inside the box. The first thing you have is the HiMedia Q10 Pro box itself. So as you hold it, the first thing you would notice is that it's quite different from the usual Android TV compact boxes. It has got the navigation keys present on the front besides the LED display. It also showcases that it plays Ultra HD videos. On the left of the TV box has a combination of 3 USB ports with 2 USB 2.0 and 1 USB 3.0 port. There's also a SDHC memory card slot which can be used with an external adapter. Then if you move all the way up to the back, you would see several input-output ports which make this TV box a monster. It also has its own dedicated fan cooling system, which is a must if you're dealing with such kind of a horsepower. Besides that fan is the connection port for the Wi-Fi antenna, followed by the USB 3.0 optical slot, which by the way provides up to 5 GB per second read speeds. Besides that is the optical cable input. Most of this makes it future ready, as Wikipedia says that it can copy data at the speed of light in glass. Light. Anyways, there is also a coaxial cable input port, whereas the infamous video L and R ports are also present, followed by the LAN connection port and HDMI 2.0A port. Next, you see that there is an upgrade slot which is handful for upgrading the software on this TV box if you are unable to download it online. The process mostly includes connecting it to your PC or pen drive and then pressing and holding that upgrade key with help of any pin while clicking that flash button to flash the upgraded firmware via a proprietary software, which is if it is done via a PC. Whereas lastly there is a DC 12 volt power supply. Oh, and there's also the tag where you can see that it is made in China. However, if you move onto the right side of the HiMedia Q10 Pro, you can find that there's one of a kind 3.5-inch hard disk drive extension slot, which can be opened by pushing the key which pops up the upper half, revealing the hard disk compartment. Now I didn't had a 3.5-inch hard disk to show for the demo purposes, but a friend of mine had it and it fits in perfectly. Assembly is very easy and simple with instructions present on the box itself, whereas that button which pops up the upper half is very tactile and snugs in perfectly. Now let's talk about the design aspect of this device. So the moment you hold the Q10 Pro in your hand, you would immediately realize that it is big, a little heavy, and has fascinating looks to it due to that all metal design. The fact that it is large adds as a positive point in its alley, as the company has incorporated a decent set of specs in the industry. It has brushed aluminium body, subtle curves on the top and bottom with chrome trims brushed along the body. Whereas if you think that this construction would produce a considerable amount of heat, then no, that doesn't occur due to that inbuilt fan. That inbuilt fan is capable of keeping the temperature low in the inside. So now you know why that big body is essential. As we are through with that, let's keep that aside for a moment. Up next is the HDMI 2.0 cable. It feels sturdy and it is made up of a good material, as you can see it in the video. Up next is a tiny box comprised of needed accessories, which is the last thing present inside this actual big box. Open it. First you have a power plug which has the AC power supply, which comes with a standard power input connector, and unfortunately I received a US input plug, but you can always use a converter, which I have personally used in my case. Up next is the HiMedia remote. Frankly speaking, it is quite similar to your usual TV remote, but it has got a few tricks up its sleeve which we'll talk in the review. Anyway, don't let that pattern confuse you into thinking that it is made up of a metal body, because it is a plastic build. While it takes pencil cell batteries to operate, and there's that IR transmitter located on the top. The onboard keys are of rubberized matte texture and provide a decent feedback. Then up ahead is the instruction manual, which is sort of an underrated part of any unboxing you have seen on YouTube, but trust me, you should go through it once as it has most of the HiMedia remote features explained. You can also use this remote for operating some functions on your TV because there are mapping functions available in this instruction manual. Oh shit! Oh shit! And lastly, there is the detachable Wi-Fi antenna. I don't know how it fell away almost 2 times from my unboxing. Anyways, it is a Wi-Fi antenna which can be mounted in the back and it fits perfectly. Whereas it has got dual band Wi-Fi AC reception. So if you have a fast enough internet connection, expect buttery smooth reception on this thing if streamed online. So that's about it when it comes to my unboxing experience. Now let's head over to the real world performance. Moreover, you can see that the display lights up in the TV box itself when you connect it to the power source and the TV set. It runs on Android Nougat 7.0 version out of the box as of now. If you have bought it before November, then it might have Android 5.1 pre-installed on it. But don't worry, you might have already received an update. HiMedia has thrown their custom skin on it, but you can anytime change it by installing a third-party launcher. Though speaking about that custom launcher, HiMedia has used kind of an Metro UI which is usually found on the Windows platform. You can add or delete tiles based upon your personal preference, which makes navigation a lot easier. Whereas such kind of UI feels like an essential thing since you have got a larger canvas. Also, the boot up time is pretty quick. The moment you turn it on, the Android OS will boot up under 10 to 15 seconds maximum. After the boot up, which includes HiMedia logo, the first thing you see is the home screen directly. It's kind of like a plug and play thing. If you head into the settings, you can see the network, display, playback, upgrade, about and more settings panel. While if you're at it, just head over to the upgrade section and check for the update. If found, immediately download and install it. Playback formats can be tuned according to your liking. However, keep a note that it playbacks every other format on the internet, so there's no need to tune anything here. Though if you feel that display area isn't portrayed properly on your TV, then you can think of tuning it into the settings section. Tapping into the about section lets you rename the TV. You can even set a timer to shut it down at a particular time and head over into the device info menu. Here you can find all the numbers related to this TV box. Android Nougat hits my sweet spot. Though I wish it had a 32GB memory inbuilt, but hey, that extension which can let you put an external hard drive, that just solves the problem. The YouTube app works smoothly and it has got the tablet UI and it playbacks the highest format supported by your TV. While if you search through the apps, you can find the file manager. You can even see that I have connected a pen drive via the USB 3.0 port. So when you speak about the accuracy, this device provides it. As you can see that it has recognized that I have inserted a pen drive into the USB 3.0 slot. Whereas the playback via that same pen drive was buttery smooth. Next is the media center. To understand this term better, consider it as a file manager for all the input-output ports on this TV box, which covers SD card slot, LAN, NFS and UPnP ports. Chrome browser also comes preloaded on this TV box, and it provides a good canvas for anyone who is looking for more into production. All the web pages load up smoothly and there aren't any hiccups observed, at least in my usage. The Play Store is also available, which is basically like a window into the Android ecosystem, which allows you to install every other app and game found on the Play Store. While speaking about the gaming experience, I played quite a few games and absolutely enjoyed this experience at my fullest. It handled every game I threw at it like a champ. I played Modern Combat 5, Dark Knight Rises, Nova 3, Need for Speed Shift. Trust me, the graphics were solidly appealing, and if you bought this for gaming, I'm pleased to tell you that it won't be disappointing you. On top of that, it is compatible with various gaming controllers and your phone can also function as a controller too. We'll soon discuss about this. Speaking of games, I also ran few benchmark apps, and here are the results which I got from the apps such as Antutu and Geekbench. Although the results obtained might seem low at first compared to the devices up and down, but I feel that the results are pretty good for a TV box. Although I can say that these apps are moreover used for testing smartphones and tablets. So judging the performance based on these apps for a TV box wouldn't be perfect or wouldn't be accurate. I also used the speed test app and I was getting the exact speeds which I used to get in my bedroom. Since this TV is in my main hall, I'm getting the exact speeds, so you can get an idea of how strong the antenna which is inbuilt on the TV box is. You can also share or send any data via, let's say, share it or Bluetooth to your smartphone. This just adds up a tad bit flexibility in your working space, which is a nice touch. Heading to the next part, Kodi app. which essentially could be called as a brain of this entire media entertainment system. This by far is the best media management and entertainment app I have ever used. This essentially lets you access videos from the entire internet, may that be from any platform. Let's understand how. So when you open up the app, you would find few menus. Let's enter the videos section for now. You would be greeted with few options, but select the add-ons option and find for your favorite channel or maybe a website. In my case, I have chosen Engadget and installed their add-on. Once you have installed, head back and go into the existing add-ons option where you would find Engadget. Open it and find your interested video, tapping on which you would be asked to install another add-on. So let's say if this video which you have chosen is from YouTube, the YouTube add-on will get installed on top of the Engadget's add-on. Once installed, just set up that add-on and you're good to go. Next time if a video is passed from YouTube, you won't be required to install that same add-on again. And that's it. The video is streamed over the internet. You can head back and check for other videos. And the existing video will be still played in the background, even in the main menu. Though there are controls provided in the mid-center to take necessary actions. This app also has pictures, music, programs and system menu. In the system menu you can find system-wide settings, file manager, profiles, system info and events. If you head into the system info, you can see every other function such as live CPU activity, how much RAM is used, how many cores are utilized for unknown tasks, etc. While there's also other stuff to access available too. Settings again has the usual system-wide system settings available, configure anything here and it will change up in the entire main system. In the programs tab, your apps and add-ons would be present, whereas in the images menu, you can surf for the pictures online. Now let's talk about the HiMedia remote. So the inbuilt remote is capable of controlling all the functions on the TV box. There are several functions available on the remote, including the option to turn on mouse function, though the mouse pointer works based on the directional pads on the remote, which means that pressing and holding the left key to turn the mouse pointer to the left. This can be pretty clumsy at times, as it's not an airflow remote. But that gets overshadowed by the fact that HiMedia provides an Android app which mimics the Air mouse at ease. The Mosi app by HiMedia becomes your virtual remote and it can be used for browsing through the TV box, as it provides airflow controls, which means you can hover your phone to drag the mouse pointer at a specific location. On top of that, the Mosi app also lets you mimic the entire Android TV display on your phone or tablet. Whereas there is also a mode in which you can turn your Android phone into a gaming controller with virtual keys and accelerometer sensor. This has to be one of the greatest physical extensions of this TV box, as you don't require to buy any other gaming controller at all. Although for this you need to be on the same Wi-Fi network, whereas there is no requirement to have an IR blaster on your smartphone as the connection is based upon Wi-Fi. Although if you have a gaming controller, well, congratulations, it's going to hit your sweet spot. As of me, I just received Game 4 G4S about a week ago, so you would soon see the gaming review on my channel, so make sure you are subscribed to watch HiMedia Q10 Pro's gaming controller capabilities. Miracast feature is also available, which can mimic your wireless devices and could be helpful for that much needed presentation or displaying photos to your family. So what's my final verdict on this? Well, I'm using this device for more than 2 weeks now, and it's without a shout of a doubt a media powerhouse. I've thoroughly used every other feature on this TV box and I couldn't agree more on the fact that I have enjoyed this process. This is my first time I've used an Android TV box and it hasn't let my nerdy thoughts down. This might be the costliest TV box having the Kodi app pre-installed, but the odds are overwhelming. Excellent support for media formats globally, gaming console, external storage and media consumption are the well-defined thoughts implemented on this TV box. Although it's not available in India yet officially, but you can still find it listed on Amazon India, but on the costlier side. Though I would recommend you to buy this TV box from Amazon US, which is on the affordable side. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this review and what is your beloved part from the HiMedia Q10 Pro? Do you like it? If yes, why? So that's all I had to say in this extensive review. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel to see other videos on the upcoming smartphones and other gadgets. Whereas do give this video a thumbs up so that I will see you in the next video.